Hi, my name is Jennifer Cooper with JKC Mobile Notary, and welcome to today's YouTube video. Today we're talking about how to take time off as a solopreneur. I know it's January. I know we just came through the holidays, but planning is essential and we're going to get into that today. So if you want to learn more, stick with me and here we go. Okay, here we are. Before we get started, I'd like to encourage you to like, subscribe, share, and comment below if this is something that you're into. This channel is all about women business owners, notaries, the lifestyle of an entrepreneur, and some extra things thrown in the middle. So if that's something that sounds good to you, I would love it if you'd hang out and become part of this very small but growing family. Okay, if you are a solopreneur, then if you're not working, there's no money being made, right? We are a one man, one woman, one person show. And so when we are thinking like we need a break or we want to plan for a vacation or a holiday, it's a little harder for us to do than somebody who has a ton of employees. And I realize we are in January. Well, you guys will be seeing this in February, and we've just come through the holidays. But if you, as a solopreneur, as a one-person band, want to take breaks, and you should take breaks, you need to plan for them. And there's no better time than in the first quarter of the year to sit down and plan out the breaks and vacations you'd like to take. So that's what we're going to get into today. Also, I want to start this by saying you should probably never take a full week off. I'm excluding the Christmas holidays, the end of the year holidays, but in general, I wouldn't plan a week vacation. When you are your own person, it's a little harder to come back and catch up after a week. We're talking about shorter windows of vacations and breaks, and we'll kind of get into those a little bit. I want to tell you guys about what I did this year to get ready for my plans for the year. And one of the things we did with my husband and my son is we took a planning and goal setting trip the first weekend of January to Monterey. Now, there were two reasons for this. One was my husband and my son are not good goal setters. And I realized after talking to a mentor of mine, 80% of you are not goal setters. And I get that. I am. And I wanted to help them set just a couple goals for the new year that we would work on together as a family as opposed to individually. That was part one. Part two was planning for our family day trips, weekend trips, vacations, night outs, that kind of thing for the year. Two parts of that is it gets our family on the same page, but it also helps me prepare my business for the same thing. I highly encourage this, especially if you have a family, to really take some time at the end of a year or the very beginning of a year to work together to figure out what's going on and what you need to plan for. Okay, let's get into the next step. Okay, so how do you take time off? There are 4 things here I want to talk about. And I've done a lot of research about this, and you're going to hear different things from different people. But what I'm going to tell you as a solopreneur, number 1, don't hire people if you can't afford it, okay? There's no reason to think you need to hire an assistant or somebody to fill in for you when you're gone if it's something you can't afford. We can fix all of the things that are going to happen while you're gone by pre-planning. So yeah, planning and preparing ahead of time. A couple things you need to do. Closer to your time that you're taking off, you're going to want to make sure that all of your accounting is handled. If there's any bills that are coming due or deposits that need to be made, get them done and handled. So it's just not something you have to think about while you're gone. Number 2, you should be planning ahead on your content always. My suggestion is to always be 2 to 3 weeks ahead on your content for social media and marketing, so that you are not, if you have something come up, you're not falling behind in your consistency and being present. And you are also going to want closer to when you're going to be gone, or if you know it's going to happen, you can set it up, especially if you have a Google business page, set up the hours, extra special hours that you're not going to be available. You want to let customers know that you're not there. That's the other thing. So number 1 is plan and prepare. Okay. Number 2, find somebody in your industry that you can forward business to. Now, as a notary, I very early in my career built a network of notaries in my area, of capable, good notaries in my area. I have over 100 of them. There are about a handful that I would refer business to. So one of the things I do is talk to those. I might talk to 2 or 3 of them, let them know I'm going to be out of town, that my voicemail on my work phone is going to tell them how to contact these notaries, and set it up that way so that maybe you can't be the person that's going to help them that day, but you are facilitating their help. And when you direct business to somebody else, do you know what happens? They direct business to you. It's a winning situation, and it allows you to take a break. Number 3, alert customers. And I already talked about pre-setting up your schedule for days off. Google will give you an automatic reminder when they're coming up to holidays to alter your hours of operation. But you can go in and set up special hours for different things that are coming up in your life. If you have customers you work with all the time, as a mobile notary, I definitely have people I see every month or every couple weeks, that over and over again, which are the keystones to a successful business, for the record. But let them know that you're going to be gone for a certain amount of time or unreachable for a certain amount of time. You are working in a field, no matter what your business is, you are working in a field where other people work and other people need vacations. So just let them know what's going on so they're not looking, and let them know what's going on so they're not wondering why they can't get a hold of you. Make sure that when you get closer to your vacation time, you set up a vacation email alert. So when somebody emails you, you let them know that you are going to be out of town or you're on vacation or whatever, how often you're checking emails, and when you'll get back in touch with them. And number 4, we talked about accounting, but pay and prepay bills. So that's a big deal to make sure that that's just taken care of. I want to go backwards a little bit when it came to your content. If you don't already have a content planner where you can pre-do your stuff, I use Hootsuite. I talk about it a lot. You can pre-schedule social media posts to come out. Mine are weeks, sometimes a month in advance. So you can do that with your social media content. You can do it with a blog post. You can pre-do things, and that just means to make sure you're getting stuff done, especially when you know that vacation or that trip date is coming up. Get things done early and ahead of time, so you just don't have to worry about it. You can come home and you're not behind. You are ready to start work again, and there's nothing left to do. So there's that. Let's talk about taking time off during the holidays. You're really going to do the same thing as you would for 3 to 4 days, off. You want to plan ahead for that. If you want to take the last 2 weeks of the year off, plan ahead for that. Alert your Google or whatever your calendar is that your customers can see that that's already going to happen. Other things that you want to take in consideration is, don't just plan for family vacations and holidays. Don't forget your children's birthday, your spouse's birthday, your anniversary, dance recitals, things like that. They also need to get on your calendar. They need to be made a priority, and you don't want to be stressing out about work when you want to enjoy your family or your friends. So keep that stuff in mind as you're doing your scheduling throughout the year, because you're going to know it's coming and you can prepare how you need to prepare necessarily. And then scheduling apps. If you use scheduling apps, I use right now Calendly. That might switch, but basically people can book my services online. Let me tell you, this is awesome, and it's also a pain in the butt. When I first started using Calendly and people could book me online, and I don't get a lot of people that do that often, that don't want to talk to me first. But when they do, the first time I realized I wasn't doing this right was I was having a really romantic dinner with my husband, and I get a phone alert that I have a signing scheduled in 15 minutes. Well, I didn't put my romantic dinner in my Google Calendar to block out my time. Never have I made that mistake twice. So if you're using a scheduling app, schedule those times off. And you could use, in Google, you could put out of the office. And so when they go into whatever app you're using and try to schedule an appointment, it'll only show them the days and times that are available. And if you're out of the office for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe Monday, it's not going to show you as available. They can still schedule an appointment. It's just going to have to be after that time frame. So make sure your calendar's up to date, because that's going to help make everything else work smoother. Okay, so being a business owner is always busy. It's brave. It's just, there's a lot going on. If you can get yourself organized to stay on top of your task list and plan ahead for things that are coming up, like vacations or breaks, it's going to make your life a lot easier. I don't think I spent enough time talking to you about the length of time you should take off. You should often, maybe not every month, but often take 3 to 4 day breaks from work. One of the things that we did as a family is we set up, specifically in the summer, every month we are going on a 3-day camping trip. And within that, there are some days we're doing day trips where, like, we're going to the Gilroy Garlic Festival. If you're not from Central California, you don't know what that is, but there's just things that we're doing that are a day or a weekend, or they might be midweek depending on what's going on. But your time frame of breaks, I'm not including the holidays like Christmas. I love taking the last 2 weeks of the year off. It just gives me time to prepare, shed from the old year, move into the new year. So I'm not talking about that. I really want you guys just to take advantage of the time that you can take. And honestly, if it is not a vacation going somewhere, maybe you just need a breather. I'm telling you from personal experience, guys, burnout for professionals is real. And if you don't take some breathers from your business, and I'm seriously talking about not responding to emails, not answering the phone, just disconnecting for a couple days. It doesn't have to be a trip. It could just be at home. Make it a priority. Your mental health, your physical health, all of that is really important. You are the only person running this show. So taking care of yourself in whatever way is necessary is really important. So I encourage you to open up that planner, set up some time off, spend some time with your family, with your friends, get out of town, all of the things that help make us still able to live while we're running a business. It's really easy to get tunnel vision as a business owner. Trust me, I know. And it's really important that you're still living, because why did you start your business in the first place? It wasn't to detach from the life around you. So embrace the life around you, embrace yourself in your own time, and take the time to schedule and plan time off. I really hope that this helped you today. I hope that you found some encouragement and inspiration on how to really make the most of your time as a business owner. Excuse my dog, who refuses to walk in quietly without shaking, and dog hair is flying everywhere. But I hope that it helps. And if you have any questions or any comments, I'd love to hear from you. So go ahead and leave them down below. Below, you'll also find some links to a blog post about this and to some scheduling apps and different things that can help you guys organize your time. But until next week, I hope you are healthy and well, and that business is going well. And I cannot wait to see you again. See you later.